A very good morning to all of you. In this class, I am going to start with the new chapter, molecular basis of inheritance. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about the structure of DNA, formation of mRNA, synthesis of mRNA, or which is also known as transcription, then translation process by which the protein synthesized inside the cell or in the cytoplasm. Now, and what is genetic code. So all these topics we have to discuss in we are going to discuss in the chapter molecular basis of inheritance, and the topic today's topic is DNA. DNA. The full form of DNA is deoxyribose nucleic acid. Deoxyribose nucleic acid. Now, in the DNA molecule, the number of nitrogenous bases are present on base pair are present in the DNA molecule, and the presence of these nitrogenous bases considered as base pair, or they varies in different organisms. For example, in bacteriophage 174, bacteriophage 174, the number of nitrogenous bases are 5,386 nitrogenous bases are present. Nitrogenous bases. Now, in bacteriophage lambda, the number of nitrogenous bases are 43,502 nitrogenous bases. Now, in Escherichia coli or E. coli, the number of base pair are actually 4.6 into 10 to power 6 base pair genetic material. And in human, haploid set chromosome number 3.3 into 10 to power 9 base pair. So in human, most of the base pair actually form the repetitive sequence of the DNA, and the DNA molecule actually most of the base pair in the DNA molecule converted into the heterochromatin, or in the euchromatin. The most of the euchromatin part actually plays an important role in the formation of protein. So during the protein synthesis actually the hat or HDAC, different type of protein which opens the DNA molecule for the transcription and translation both. So whenever there is need for the protein synthesis, at that particular time the small portion of DNA molecules open, and finally the transcription occur, by which from the small portion of DNA the mRNA synthesized from a small portion of DNA by the transcription process. After the transcription process, the mRNA get transferred into the cytoplasm for the protein synthesis process or for the translation process. So there is a need for opening of only a small portion, but during the synthesis of the DNA molecule, only short portion of DNA opens and synthesize, one after the other. So the DNA not undergoes fully opening process for the DNA synthesis or for the DNA replication, transcription or translation, whatever the process is. Whatever the need of protein, only the small portion of the DNA molecule get open and form undergoes in transcription and translation process. Now, how the DNA molecule is formed? What is the composition of the DNA molecule? Let us discuss the composition of DNA molecule. The DNA molecule is formed by because here is the base pair, here is also base pair. Except some of the organism, except some of the viruses, where the DNA or RNA both are present in single stranded. Is single stranded. Most of the organism have the DNA molecule or genetic material in the form of double stranded form for the stability of genetic material, for the stability and for the synthesis both of the genetic material. So let us discuss about the structure of DNA molecule and composition of the DNA molecule. There are different type of DNA molecule based on the coiling of the DNA molecule. For example, in human, the bDNA, the structure is the structure of DNA is bDNA, because the bDNA is right-handed structure or right-handed coiling of DNA denotes the bDNA. If the coiling of DNA present in the left-handed, so that type of DNA is known as zDNA. Now, here we discuss about the structure of bDNA, where the coiling of DNA present in the right-handed manner. Here is the double helical structure of DNA, where the DNA molecule is formed by the two polynucleotide chain. Polynucleotide chain. So two polynucleotide chain in here, in which both the strands or both the chain are anti-parallel in direction. So if one strand is the direction of one strand is 5 prime to 3 prime, so the direction of another strand is in opposite in direction, so they represent the polarity of the polynucleotide chain in the direction of 3 prime to 5 prime. Both the strands are anti-parallel in direction. Anti-parallel in direction. In both the strands are anti-parallel in direction. Now, direction. Each polynucleotide chain is formed by many nucleotide molecule, and one nucleotide is formed by the 3 components. So when we discuss about the structure of polynucleotide chain, the 2 polynucleotide chain are anti-parallel in direction, and these 2 strand or polynucleotide chain held together by the double or triple hydrogen bond present in between the nitrogenous base of the polynucleotide of the single nucleotide. So the nucleotide here is also now the number of nitrogenous bases or base pair present in one coil are actually 10 base pair present in the one coil of the DNA molecule. So, and the length of the one coil of DNA molecule 34 angstrom. 34 angstrom. The length of one coil of DNA molecule is 34 angstrom, and the distance in between the 2 nitrogenous bases are 3.4 angstrom, or the width of the DNA molecule is 20 angstrom. So here is the overall measurement of the DNA molecule. Overall measurement of DNA molecule, in which the 2 DNA or 2 polynucleotide chain held together by the hydrogen bond, double or triple hydrogen bond present in between the nitrogenous bases, and the length of one coil are approximately 34 angstrom, and the distance in between the 2 nitrogenous bases are 3.4 angstrom, and the number of nitrogenous bases or base pair present in between the one coil are 10 base pair. Now the here is the two polynucleotide chain. If we talk about the one polynucleotide chain formed by the many of the nucleotide act together by the phosphodiester bond, and they form a stable structure. Now the one nucleotide is formed by the three components or three components. Mainly these three components are nucleotide formed by three components. The one is the first is the nitrogenous bases. The nitrogenous bases are of two type. These two type of nitrogenous bases are purines and pyrimidines. The purines and pyrimidines Purines and pyrimidines are, there are two type of purines or two type of pyrimidines in case of the DNA molecule, but in RNA they are different. Now in purine, the adenine, and the second is guanine, and the pyrimidine are cytosine and thymine. The two nitrogenous bases are purine and pyrimidine. In the purine there are two type of nitrogenous bases, adenine and guanine. In the pyrimidine there are also two type of bases are present, nitrogenous bases are present, cytosine and thymine. Now except nitrogenous bases, there are pentose sugar. Here is pentose sugar and phosphate group are also present. Pentose sugar, because the name represents the deoxyribose, so the pentose sugar is actually simple ribose sugar, but deoxy, that means the hydroxyl group present absent on the 2 prime, second prime or 2 prime position. So on the second prime position the hydroxyl group is present, absent. Due to this reason, that's why the ribose sugar is known as the deoxyribose, because on the 2 prime or second prime position the hydroxyl group is absent. Now the phosphate group is again the phosphate group have the 2 negative charge on it. That's why the whole DNA molecule is negatively charged or represent as acidic in nature, and these phosphate group present towards the outer region of the polynucleotide chain or inner region have the nitrogenous bases adenine and guanine for making the hydrogen bond in between the 2 strands that provide the stability to the DNA molecule. If the phosphate group present towards the inner region or towards the or in between the 2 nitrogenous bases or in between the 2 polynucleotide chain, so they create hindrance or they create repulsion in between the negative charges of these 2 strands or negative charges of the phosphate group of these 2 strands. So due to this reason the DNA may be unstable or get unstable. So that's why the phosphate group always present towards or on the outer region of the polynucleotide chain for the stability of DNA molecule, and for the for the basis of stability the 2 prime position also lacks the hydroxyl group. Or due to this reason the ribose sugar RNA molecule or ribose nucleic acid have the hydroxyl group on the 2nd prime position, so that they are less stable as compared to the DNA molecule. That's why the DNA molecule is considered as a genetic material, because it is more stable than the RNA molecule, or the RNA molecules are less stable due to the presence of the hydroxyl group on 2 prime position. Whenever synthesis occurs, because the 2nd prime and the 3rd prime position both have hydroxyl group, so whenever there is need for the synthesis of RNA molecule, there are chances of addition of nucleotide on the 2 prime position also. addition of nucleotide on the 2 prime position also. That's why sometimes the nucleotide bind with the 2 prime position in beside the 3 prime position, so that makes the RNA more less stable. So due to this reason the RNA is less stable, because sometimes they bind with the one end of RNA molecule bind with their 2 prime hydroxyl group present in the chain. So that's why the capping and tailing both done during the RNA processing or during the formation of processing before the transmission of these RNA molecule into the cytoplasm. So that's why due to this reason the DNA molecule lacks the 2 prime hydroxyl group or absent hydroxyl group and the phosphate group present on the outer region of the DNA molecule, so that the DNA molecule become more stable as compared to the RNA molecule. The RNA molecule is quite less stable due to the presence of 2 prime hydroxyl group. Sometimes hydroxyl group also undergoes in bonding or form the phosphodiester bond. So that's why the RNA molecule become less stable as compared to the DNA molecule. Now, during the formation of the DNA molecule, all the nitrogenous bases or all the these nitrogenous bases taken as triphosphate in the form of triphosphate or also come in the form of deoxynucleotide triphosphate. Now how they come or how they written as in the separate nucleotide. If we write the separate nucleotide of all the how many nucleotides are present in the chain, all these nucleotides written as in the form of deoxynucleotide triphosphate. So as we already know, in the ATP molecule, the structure of ATP molecule, the during the if inside the cell, if there is need for energy, the ATP molecule donate their phosphate group or to the compound, so that the compound become more energetic. Energy is released by the ATP in the form of phosphate group, and itself ATP converted into the ADP and release itself. Now, like ATP, the nucleotide also come in the form of the triphosphate, so that the energy provided by the nucleotide itself without any use of extra ATP. Without any use of extra ATP, the ATP in the nucleotide is come in the form of triphosphate. Now all the nucleotides come in the form of before addition they come in the form of deoxynucleotide triphosphate. For example, if adenine is attached with the nitrogenous base, have the adenine nitrogenous base, so nucleotide have the adenine nitrogenous base, so it can be written as deoxyadenosine adenine or adenosine triphosphate. Now if the cytosine is present in the nucleotide, so they are written as deoxycytosine triphosphate. If thymine is present, deoxy, they can be written as deoxythymine triphosphate. Now if guanine is present, deoxyguanosine triphosphate. Now all these nitrogen nucleotide written as in the form of deoxynucleotide triphosphate. Now what is the structure of deoxynucleotide triphosphate? Because here is the pentose sugar, this is the pentose sugar. Pentose sugar, and where deoxynucleotide triphosphate, where the hydroxyl group is absent on the 2 prime position, and here on the first position, the for example, if I draw the adenosine triphosphate, so adenine is added to this molecule on the first prime position and 3 prime have the hydroxyl group for making the phosphodiester bond. Now on the 4 prime CH2OH present, CH2OH is present. Here is fifth carbon, and on the fifth carbon the phosphate group is present in the form of the triphosphate. For example, here is phosphate, again here is phosphate, OH. Hydroxyl group. Now similarly here is hydroxyl. In the form of, so here is the structure of DATP, deoxyadenosine triphosphate, in the form of phosphate group. When or during the bond formation, here is the nucleotide of, for example, this chain is synthesized during the formation of DNA molecule, or here is the one end of DNA molecule which have the another pentose sugar with 3 prime hydroxyl group. So because they are partial positive and here is partial negative, so they attack on this on the finally bond. This reason and finally bond formation occurs in between this carbon or oxygen of the phosphate group. Now the one compound, one water, with the release of one water molecule, the finally both the phosphate release in the form of 2 phosphate group, or here is again the CH2OH, fifth prime position have the CH2, and here is phosphate group, and this for example here is thymine. Another type of nitrogenous base is present, so they bind when they come in the form of DATP, DNTP, also known as DNTP, deoxynucleotide triphosphate or deoxyadenosine triphosphate in the form. One phosphate utilized during the formation of phosphodiester bond in between the one nucleotide and the second nucleotide, and the formation of this bond always takes place, formation of phosphodiester bond present in between of formation occur in between the 5 prime carbon and 3 prime carbon. So that's why the synthesis always takes place in the direction of 5 prime to 3 prime in direction. So that's why the two phosphate, these two phosphate release in the form of phosphate group, or S3PO4 in the form of phosphate group, or one phosphate utilized or used in the formation of phosphodiester bond, and the bond is present in between the pentose sugar and nitrogenous base is the N-glycosidic linkage, and glycosidic linkage, and the bond formation occur in between the two nucleotide with the help of phosphate group is actually phosphodiester bond. Now if I draw the bond formation after the release of 2 phosphate groups, so the bond formation between the 2 nitrogenous or 2 nucleotides are here is phosphate, oxygen, because here is ester bond and here is also the ester bond. So this represents the 2 ester bond, or that is connected with the phosphate group. That's why the bond is known to be phosphodiester bond. Phosphodiester bond. This is the phosphodiester bond where the phosphate group involved in the formation of two ester bond. That's why the bond is known as phosphodiester bond, which is formed in between the two nucleotide during the addition of the one nucleotide and other nucleotide with the chain nucleotide of the chain. Now the linkage in between present in between the nitrogenous base and the pentose sugar is N-glycosidic linkage. N-glycosidic linkage involve the first prime prime carbon of the pentose sugar. So there is formation of, and the third bond is hydrogen bond, which is present in between the two nitrogenous bases of two chain. The hydrogen bond, here is the hydrogen bond which is present in between the two nitrogenous bases of the two polynucleotide chain. So there are how many bonds are present in the formation of DNA molecule? The three hydrogen bond, the three bonds which is present in the DNA molecule. The first is phosphodiester bond. Second is N-glycosidic linkage. And the third is hydrogen bond. Third is overall three bonds present in between or during the formation of DNA molecule. The phosphodiester bond, which is present in between the two nucleotide, and the N-glycosidic linkage, which is present in between the pentose sugar and the nitrogenous base, and the hydrogen bond, which is present in between the nitrogenous base of two polynucleotide chain. So overall, this is the overall structure of the DNA molecule, where the DNA molecule ribose nucleic acid formed by the two polynucleotide chain, and both the polynucleotide chain present in anti-parallel in direction, or they are right-handed. That means right-handed DNA. That means they coil towards the right-hand side. So that's why that DNA denotes the B type of DNA. If the DNA rotate or coil towards the left-hand side or left-handed DNA is denoted by the Z DNA. So here is the structure of B DNA, where two strands are present and linked by the hydrogen bond, polynucleotide chain, and the coil, the distance or length of the one coil are about 34 angstrom, and the length in or distance in between the two base pair or two nitrogenous bases are 3.4 angstrom, and the width of the DNA molecule is 20 angstrom. Now overall, here is the structure in between the 10 base pair present in the one coil, and pitch is also, the pitch of the DNA molecule is also 3.4 angstrom. Now the polynucleotide chain is formed by the many nucleotide chain and many nucleotide only. The one nucleotide is formed by three component nitrogenous bases, pentose sugar or phosphate group. The nitrogenous bases are two type of nitrogenous bases, purine or pyrimidine. Purines are adenine and guanine, and pyrimidines are cytosine and thymine. Now pentose sugar are actually deoxypentose sugar or ribose sugar, where the hydroxyl group is absent on the 2' position, for making them more stable as compared to RNA molecule. On the RNA molecule, there is presence of 2' hydroxyl group on the 2' position, so that makes RNA less stable. Or for making more stable DNA molecule, both the phosphate group of two chain present towards the outside of the chain, so that they make the DNA molecule more stable, because the two negative charge on the phosphate group surrounded by the oxygen molecule create more hindrance if they present in the inner side of the DNA molecule. So that's why they are present towards the outer side of the DNA molecules to make DNA molecule more stable. Now, one nucleotide chain bind with another nucleotide of the chain, polynucleotide chain, by the phosphodiester bond. The phosphate involved in the formation of the two ester bond, so that's why they are known as phosphodiester bond. The nitrogenous base bind with pentose sugar by an glycosidic linkage, and the two chain bind by the hydrogen bond. So overall structure is the DNA molecule is formed by the nucleotide. Here is the overall structure of the DNA molecule. I hope you like this video. So student, keep listening and watching me, and thank you for listening and watching.